Great. So Google Workspace. Now we're actually getting into more of the nitty-gritty of the Google ecosystem. Why Google, you might ask? Well, we'll get to that a little bit later. Now, Google Workspace could mean a bunch of things. It could be your email and Drive and Vids and your entire Google suite of apps that you're using. But Google Workspace is actually a specific Google suite that you can subscribe to, but you need a domain email. You actually need a corporate email in order to sign up to Google Workspace. And there you also need a subscription. And with that comes certain benefits where Gemini can be dropped into your workspace in order for you to have more efficient office work. Now, if you don't plan on getting a corporate email, then ignore Workspace for now. However, I would suggest for anyone who wants to make that little $20 investment or who already have uh, domain email supplied from work, perhaps, then you can use that and sign up, do the little payment. They have different plans in there. And then you can enable your smart features across Gmail and connect it with your Drive and Gemini and other things. And you get a little sort of workspace enhancement by having Google Workspace, obviously. But if you don't use Workspace, then I can also recommend that you sign up for Gemini plus AI plus. They have different AI tiers. I believe the first one is called AI plus, and then you have AI Pro, and this also enables smart features. Why should you do that? It is undeniable that Google is, to some part, at least at the top, going to take over the space of AI, probably amongst some others, but Google has a very good case for being at the forefront because of all of the legacy architecture that they have established over a good part of 25 years, aside from all of the data that they also have collected. And they have their own TPU chips and data centers and cloud and all of that good stuff. Now, I would highly advise you to, even if you don't work within the workspace or get the actual workspace, which by the way also opens up for you to use Studio, Workspace Studio, which I believe that Google is going to turn into some type of N8N killer, an automation platform where you can do all sorts of cool things. Currently, I've set it up with some automations on email. It segments and understands who are people that needs an immediate answer, or it gives me news, gives me updates. I put up a little bit of automation there, and I think they're going to expand it wildly across all of their applications. So if you have Google Workspace, it opens up Studio, Workspace Studio, Studio Workspace. Now, if you don't get that, then I highly advise you to get the Gemini AI Plus tier, at least the first tier. And I think it only costs $5 or something like that. Is the cheapest on the market because Google is a conglomerate and they are not really making their money on the models. They already have all these apps. But the reason you should get it is to be able to follow along with all of the smart features that Gemini offers horizontally across all of the Google apps, because this is only the beginning. But if this is the beginning, then we're off to a good start because Google, they're doing amazing work and the Gemini model is incredible. New Flash model is on the horizon here now, and I can't wait for Gemini 3.5 or when the 4 is coming out. I think they're absolutely going to dominate. I already see it now with the coding agent of anti-gravity and how it's connects to different things. Notebook LM, for example, if you are a Notebook LM user, if you don't know what it is, you've already been introduced to it in the quick steps, but there will also be something about it in the tools, I believe, and on my social media when I eventually start making videos aside from this foundations site here, then I will go into the deep weeds, down to in a deep ocean around how to use those things at a more advanced level. You can use anti-gravity for that. If you already thought that Notebook LM is a force multiplier for you, then just wait till you connect it with anti-gravity, and just wait till we get to Claudebot, the whole new hot thing where you can automate AI truly in a sense that we haven't seen before. So there's a lot of cool things. The Google ecosystem is already a big thing. They perhaps were a little slower in rolling out with a lot of applications. Now we've seen a super slingshot and a big rollout of a bunch of things, and they already got all of the applications. They got billions of users, so they're able to drop Gemini across all of them, and they have arguably the deepest research in AI. So they have really smart people in there, and it's an engineer-led company first, research and engineer-led company first before anything else, really, and are the many are the foundational forefathers, you can say, to modern AI as we know it today, with that transformer model that, by the way, came out of Google. Google, awesome, mega, giga, conglomerate, fantastic. And I do think that over 2026, we're going to see some amazing things coming out from Google. And in your professional career, if you are a business person, if you are a career professional, if you want to upskill, if you want to start a business, already have businesses running, if you're a consultant, if you're whatever you're doing in industry, I think one of the best investments you can place in yourself in terms of education and upskilling is within the Google ecosystem for so many reasons that I'll try and outline. But down below, you can see how you get started with Google Cloud if you haven't already, how you get your $300 of free Google credit. And I have outlined some steps and walkthroughs and pointing to the different tools and made some use cases also of how you could use it in your work life in a professional sense, and how you can spend those credits and get the best. This is sort of an foundational entry tap in to quickly get up to speed of honing your attention and focus to that bullseye, or you could say the, what do you call it, where you're throwing the darts, and the frame, instead of wasting time scattered around all of the new and flashy apps here and there. It's very prudent, very good, and wise to spend time in a very strong ecosystem that possibly is going to be one, if not the leader of the future. So, welcome to the Google setup. And I think that's all. Did something I'm missing? I don't think so. Good. See you in the next one.